Welcome, Sojourners. You have found yourself a cozy place in Sojourners Awake. I'm Jonathan, and this is our production of The Fairy and the Free. And in this most recent production, the Sojourners had a nasty run-in with two members of the Cult of the Dead Three. Dealing with this murderous chef and the manager of Bald Top Brew has left the Sojourners in a much-needed time of recovery. And as they recover, how will they progress in helping this poor innocent victim of this murderous plot? And so for now, our story continues.
She's dreaming about what transpired in the kitchen and wondering in her dream how Samoon has sort of recovered really quickly. And she's daydreaming about Tryina giving Samoon true love's kiss and him waking up. And that's why he's so much better.
That's exactly what happened. 100%.
Bertie, you take the time to wake up, and you find that Tryina and Samoon are still in your room. And it's about 11, 12, midnight.
Hey guys, I want to tell you about this dream I had. I really think Samoon, the cure is true love's kiss. So maybe Tryina, if you go to the next guy and you kiss him, then you can heal him.
But he's not my true love.
He's about to receive a kiss.
Okay.
Well, you don't know that, sweetie. But true love isn't real anyways. It's just a stupid fairy tale. I can give it a try. Would you like a kiss, Samoon?
No thank you.
Are you sure?
Yes. I am good, thank you.
I'm good at kissing.
I have not the slightest doubt in my mind.
Another time, then.
Only if I am unconscious.
Okay, honey. She just cracks her knuckles.
Not anytime soon, unconscious.
Tryina just laughs and goes back to looking out the window. Actually, no, Bertie's awake, so she turns. Hey, Bertie, can I ask you a question?
Sure.
When you got really angry in that fight, there was a spirit that kind of hovered over you. What was that about?
Well, I don't know too much about my past, but sometimes when I get really angry, my grandma would play me a song on her guitar to try to calm me down.
Did it work?
I don't know, but now when I get really angry, I have like this spirit smoke thing that looks like grandma, and I think she's trying to calm me down.
But it looked like your anger made you stronger. Maybe she's trying to help you out.
I never thought about that.
Did you really do all those things that Sylvia said you did? The
Yeah,
goblin lairs and...
I kind of got kicked out of my hometown because of it. I don't know a whole lot about my past or where I came from, but I was raised by humans in a small little village, and they kicked me out of town because they thought I was a murderer.
Oh no. That's
But
why
I thought I was saving them all, but then they got scared of me because they saw how angry I got.
Well, they should have seen you, because I don't think you're a murderer. You helped
I'm not
stop
a murderer.
murderers tonight.
I'm not a murderer.
No, I don't think that you are. I think
But I
those
did-
people were wrong.
But I did kill a lot of goblins and maybe throw them down a well.
Oh, was it the well that people drank out of?
Yeah.
That might not have been a good plan.
Oh, yeah.
But that's not your fault. You don't know what you don't know.
Well, I just wanted to put them someplace, but then they started to fester and smell a little, and then the water started to taste funny, and
Yeah.
um,
Something like poisoning the water is generally frowned upon, but still, I don't think it was right that they sent you away and called you a murderer when you saved all those people.
well, thank you. I'm not a murderer.
That's right. Right, Samoon?
Oh yes, I agree. I do not think that you are a murderer, Bertie. I think
Well, thank you.
I think if anything, this adds to your hero-ness.
You try to
Heroism?
be a hero.
Sure. The fact that you stopped the turtle, at least from harming us, was very good. Now for the other guy, that was just unfortunate circumstance on our part. I must say he had the advantage where he was. But I tell you, if we were in the Underdark, it might not have been the same for him.
Are you
I
from
think
the Underdark?
Oh no, I am from the desert. But I like to explore the Underdark.
Oh, the desert.
What is wrong with the desert?
It's just so hot and sandy and devoid of life.
There is plenty of life in the desert. Look at me. I'm from the desert and I have life.
Kind of
The desert is lush with waves of gold and loving sunshine all over your body and fresh open air.
but
It's freedom.
but barely anything can grow in the desert. And I mean, have you ever talked to those cacti? They can be so rude sometimes.
I mean, their appearance might be prickly, but if I could talk to them, I would give them thanks because they are a very good source of water. And they have some healing properties to them too.
Well,
And we have lizards and carnivorous
I like to-
birds.
I like to eat lizards sometimes.
Oh, well, I would not recommend eating a lizard in the desert.
Oh.
They might be very venomous to you, but you can at least enjoy them. They are pretty looking. They have very cool colors. They like to get into a lot of places. You can learn a lot of wisdom from a lizard. They are in
Simone-
king's palaces, and yet there they are on the street too. They are quite crafty. I learn from lizards myself when I need to.
Maybe we all can vacation in the desert.
That would be wonderful. And we can get away from this cold. Although, something about me seems to be kind of liking this place a little more than I did yesterday, at least. But, yes, a vacation in the desert would be quite fun.
that's because you've never talked to the cacti. They're prickly on the inside, too.
Well, I mean, not everybody can be as pleasant as you. Some people just need friends. And then some people just want to be left alone. Believe me, I have met those people. Anyway, I do not want to be left alone necessarily. However, I do good work by myself, I have to say.
Oh, of course, you're such a strong man.
What does me being a man have to do with anything?
Oh, trust me, everything.
Ah, well, I do not think that way. But I just know that I like to explore and I like the caves of the Underdark.
Is that what you're doing here, exploring?
No, well, I mean, exploring in the sense of going to a place I have never been, yes. But why I am here is not necessarily for exploration. You see, I was, well, I am an orphan, so I do not know my parents, unlike the priest who realizes that his current parents aren't actually his parents, so hopefully he finds the actual ones. But I know not where to start for mine. See, I grew up in an orphanage, and then as I got older and got out of the orphanage, I kept contact with them, and they asked me politely if I would kindly escort one of their librarians to Top Library to get some books to take back to the orphanage for the children there and the people. And I said, sure, I will be glad to help because they have helped me so much. And so I am just here on a favor to them. But as far as my being here, well, it's all very new to me. And so I am learning new things. I have never experienced this kind of atmosphere before, so it is quite interesting to get acclimated, if you say, to the cold. Hence, I need a big coat because my skin feels very thin, and this wind, as much as I like the air, it likes to hug a little too tightly. At least in the desert, I can have it breeze through me, but this seems to want to be inside me.
And at that, the window bursts open and the frosted air fills the room. The window pane just cracks up against the wall, squeaking back and forth.
You see, it even wants to be in the building. Oh, come on, air. I know. You are very welcome here, but please, you are too cold for me, and I must ask you to stay outside for now. So I'm gonna go over to the window and kind of fight with it to close.
And in the silence, you hear Eldon snoring in the other room.
Hey guys, I think we should go if we're gonna go knock up this cabin. Wait, knock up? That's not the right expression, is it?
I'm sorry.
I mean, we can knock on the door if that is what you mean,
Oh, we don't need to knock.
but it is kind of late for that.
Well, we run the risk of running into the owner if we go now. However, I don't know if that young man will make it if we wait.
I think we should just go.
It doesn't hurt.
We can try to be nice to him and not try to kill him if we run into him.
That would be very peculiar, being that we will be in his house, likely.
Yeah, I don't know that Balltop would care if we killed him. I get the impression they don't like him.
Oh. Now we cannot become the ones running around murdering the people. We just told them that they were the murderers and to go after the turtle and Mr. Hirson. We cannot even go around and murder people ourselves. That is not the way.
It's not murder if you're being paid. That's a contract. It's job. It's work. You perform a service.
Yes, but the taking of a life unjustifiably is still murder.
Okay, fine.
Just
We'll
because
be
you're getting
cautious.
paid to do it doesn't make it right. That is what mercenaries do. And I have seen many bandits and marauders in the desert, and they do not care. They just want their gold, and they will kill anybody who gets in their way. They are very nasty people. I do not want to be one of those people.
Okay,
But-
I get it. I didn't mean to upset you or offend you. I'm not planning on murdering anyone. I'm just saying if
You
he
know-
comes at me with a knife, I have my own knives.
I have two questions. Why are you so fixated on murder?
I'm not. I'm just fixated on getting the job done.
Oh, you just seem to be rushing to the murder for some reason. But at the same time, if we are in his house and he attacks us, I mean, technically we are still in his house. I know of thieves, some of which are my best friends. They know the rules. They get in and get out unseen. But they reap the consequences if they are seen in the house. The guard get involved, the city gets involved. It is bad. So I say we should be very sneaky and hope not to run into him at all if we are going to go in.
I can be sneaky. How about you, Bertie? Can you be sneaky?
I'm as sneaky as an elephant.
The
Noted.
elephant, but can also be sneaky too if under the right care.
Okay. Well, I guess we should just go then? Figure our plan out when we get there, or?
You have been staring out the window. What have you noticed about the house? I presume that is what you are looking at.
It's a little far away, unfortunately. The windows are dark, but the light's on the porch. I can't tell if he's awake or asleep or what. Oh, he's got a dog. We should go get, like, some meat out of the closed bald top brew and feed it to the dog so that it doesn't rip our head off.
That is a good idea. I like that plan.
Do you think they just have meat here? I mean, there's got to be, they feed us, right?
There might be a cafeteria here. We can look. We can
I
ask
mean-
Eldon. No, we can't ask Eldon. Just kidding. Didn't say that.
What if we wake Eldon up and ask him for food and wait for him to give it to us? Of course, then we gotta wait for him to go back to sleep.
I mean, I think we could find it.
How about you're sneaky? You go find food.
Okay. Sounds good to me.
And where does Tryina go?
Are we on the first floor?
Of the House of Healing?
Mm-hmm.
It
Like
is
where
one floor.
am I? It's one floor. Okay. I'm gonna try to poke my head out the door, look left and right. If I don't see anybody, I'm gonna slip out and I'm gonna pad up to the front where there was like the reception area. And I'm gonna look for another door that's in a different direction than the House of Healing rooms. Because I figure their cafeteria is in one area and then they bring it to the wing where the sick people are.
There's an easy enough access to a larder. Once inside, you see it's very furnished with all kinds of dry foods, ready to eat foods, and there's a cold storage area where some meat is freshly hanging.
I'm gonna poke my head in there and then just go, oh my gosh, I should not have done this. And so I'm gonna go look for some gloves or some tongs, whichever I find first. And
Plenty of gloves.
okay, I've put some gloves on and I go in and I find a big like hunk of steak and I just like pinch it and pick it up and I'm like, this is horrible. Why would they do this? Don't they know what these poor creatures went through? And I'm just gonna carry it like as holding it as far away from my face, pinched between my fingers, and just like almost like skipping on my toes, like ew, 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 as I go all the way back and get back to the room.
Tryina walks back to you, holding the steak at arm's length.
Oh, that is a nice piece of meat right there. It would make for a very hearty meal, I must say.
Or you take it.
Bertie grabs it before he can snatch it. She sniffs it, rips it in half, eats some of it, gives it back.
It's for the dog.
I saved it.
Yeah, but what if he finishes it before we're done and then decides he wants to eat us?
Nah.
Okay, well, if
I'll
you're
bring the
sure.
weapon.
Bertie talks with her mouth full, a little bit of the blood running through her teeth.
Do you think that the doctor, priest, have a medicine that can put you to sleep? Maybe we can put it onto the meat, and then the dog will eat it and go to sleep himself.
That's a good idea. And also, maybe if we bring enough, we can put it on the gentleman if he wakes up.
The medicine cabinet is locked.
Can I try to pick the lock?
Here we go.
Yeah. You go to pick the lock and you see that it is very craftily, not archaically locked. It's very high technology.
Okay. I'd like to reach into my pocket and pull out my thieves' tools, which are really just a set of finely honed and whittled sticks that I've made myself. And I want to attempt to pick the lock.
High risk, high reward.
Okay.
Okay. You are going for an 18.
And so I add my sleight of hand and proficiency bonus.
Yes.
Okay. That's going to be a 25.
This is fun.
When the
You
DM
use your
says this is fun,
Yeah.
it's not fun for the players.
Oh, it always is. You, Bertie and Samoon, I assume you and hope desperately that you watch this. Tryina just masterfully undoes this lock, and it just opens up like a flower, ready for a honeybee. And the whole area just fills up with the smell of springtime, cool running water, and fresh wildflowers. When the medicine cabinet opens up, you indeed see that there is a sleep spell potion. And no other potions except one other, a blue sparkly liquid that just simply says, break in case of need for divine favor.
I'm going to take everything because I don't know exactly what I'm looking at.
Okay. You take both potions.
Yep.
They are clearly labeled Samoon and Bertie. The medicine cabinet is still open.
Is there a false back in there or anything?
You're looking for a false back?
Yeah.
How would you check?
Gets up, taps on the back of the medicine cabinet.
Just falls, clatters to the ground very loudly. Please roll a stealth check.
Stealthy as an elephant.
12.
Not enough. Eldon begins to snort, waking up. Samoon, you are close by. How do you respond?
Bertie, you are being too loud. I can hear the priest. He sounds like he's moving. We need to be quick about this.
I'm sorry. Oh, hey, Samoon. You feeling okay? What's going on? You need something?
Nope. I'm just up for ish.
Lying. He has a terrible headache and we were trying to find some medicine. Can you go get him some medicine?
Sure.
Yes, my head really hurts actually. Yeah. Please.
Yeah,
me.
of course. I can go get some medicine. Yeah. I wasn't sleeping. I was resting my eyes. That book is. He looks down at the book and it's just horrible, like just cheap comics. Really poorly drawn comics. He's like, I was a real reader. He closes it up. Yeah, I will just wipe that drool off the table and go get you some medicine. He walks into the medicine room.
I'm sorry, I had an accident. I must have been sleepwalking. I just woke up and here I was and I must have accidentally smashed the medicine cabinet in my sleep.
You can roll a deception check with that. I'll give you advantage since Tryina was helping out, kinda.
I was gonna say that we went into the medicine cabinet because it was unlocked and we couldn't find anything and it fell over, but
Yeah,
that's
you guys are
okay.
working. You're working great together. This is awesome. You better roll really high. You need to get an 18.
Nope. 11.
All right, he says, okay, hold up now. I've heard of this thing. He grabs the paper and looks through a policy and says, in case of drug-seeking patients, you're looking for potions and toxins and drugs, aren't you?
No, Eldon, why would we do that?
Well, let me tell you the truth here. Well, the truth is yes. I mean, I have an anger problem. And most people understand that I do have an anger problem. And so there's medicine that my dad used to give me to help control my anxiety and my rage. And I was just needing it. And so I took it upon myself to look for it. But when I opened the cabinet, there's nothing there.
Oh, there's something there. There's a sleep spell and a divine fate. Wait a second. Did you take anything out of here, Bertie?
I promise you, I did not take anything out of there.
I
don't lie often.
He goes to look through the records and he says, like, I know I put it here. I did. I put it here. Wait, who? You opened this, Bertie? How did you do that? This is a masterful arcane lock. I thought you were a waitress.
I smashed it.
With what?
My fist. I have an anger problem. I'm sorry.
Okay, look. I shouldn't have been sleeping. Okay, so I shouldn't have been sleeping, and my superior can't just believe that you walked into here and you opened the medicine cabinet. So I'll make a deal with you.
Okay.
But just don't talk about this. If you happen to see two potions, a sleeping potion and a divine favor potion,
Let me know. We'll just pretend this never happened, and I will begin to look. You should probably go back to your bed or something.
I agree. I should go back to my bed. I'm
Well,
tired.
You still need that, anger potion? You need a sleeping potion?
No, I mean, I think I feel better now.
Calm emotions. That'll help. Let me get that. And he goes to get calm emotions spell. He pops it open and hands it to you.
Bertie drinks it.
I need to find out what it does.
I promise you, if I see the potions, I will let you know.
Okay, you can choose to resist the effect.
Yes.
Or, okay, you can do it. Okay. It's going to be a DC 13 charisma saving throw.
Meanwhile, Samoon's just gonna find that comic, pull it out of the book, and just start looking at it.
Natural one.
You're a hinfolk, though.
Oh.
Call upon that lucky power.
Okay, 17.
You were able to resist it. It makes you feel incredibly good. Super chill, but unable to get angry.
Yeah. I can't rage.
You cannot rage.
Okay.
Do you resist it?
No. Feels good.
It feels good. You are unable to rage for the next 8 hours. Samoon, it's a very interesting book. It's about a superhero that can fly, runs around saving the world, but the plot line looks like it was written by a well-meaning child who had very little artistic influence in his life.
This is a cool book. I like all the pictures. And who is this superhero? Who is this man? Why does he wear cape? And he's flying.
Oh, that's Superfly. I mean, it's Eldon, seeing that you've taken the calm emotions, he said, okay, you probably feel really good right now. Not going to get angry for at least the next day. Just think happy thoughts. It's okay. And if you pray, please pray I find those potions. He looks to you to leave back to your room, and he begins going to the medicine cabinet to search through what he thinks he has lost.
Yeah. Bertie goes back to bed.
You are all safely stowed away in your room. You can hear Eldon shuffling in the medicine room. It's about 1 o'clock about now, 1 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, did we lose our window of time?
He's awake. That was your window of time.
Oh.
What do we do?
Do you think I could ever be like the Superfly guy?
Do you fly?
I can, kind of.
What? No, we're not talking about this now. Are we going to go through with this now or wait till they let us out of the room?
I'm starting to think, guys, that maybe we should just wait tomorrow and go knock on his door and see what happens then. At least we know he'd probably be awake and we wouldn't be like breaking and entering.
True, but he won't let us in probably.
I've never talked to him, so maybe he is a nice fellow. Maybe we are getting the bias from the bottom library side of things. I am willing to try to talk to him tomorrow. And we can take him the meat, and we can say we brought a gift from the market.
We should probably get him not half-eaten meat.
Well, we can say it's for his dog.
Well,
And
if
we
we're
can
not
just
gonna
pick up something else on the way.
You know,
if
people
we're not gonna
who
give him the meat, then I can eat it. I'm kind of getting hungry.
well, if we're not going now, then yes, we can always get some more. Here, and I offer her the meat. And I don't look as she eats it. But
There's a small little oil lamp in your room, Bertie. A little bit of fire.
Sticks it on. She finds like a pencil or something and sticks it. And just roast it over the fire.
do you want some help with that?
I know how to cook my food, thank you.
Okay, I can make fire in my hand, and I just thought that might be okay. It's fine. You know, people who have dogs usually love dogs. So if we like go and bond with his dog, like he'll probably love us too, right?
Make an insight check on that.
That is, I'm rolling really well tonight. An 18.
Being a student of people, You resonate with what Samoon said earlier. The bias of Bald Top and him being unwilling to sell his property has most likely slanted the favor against him. The dog follows religiously at his side, watching and waiting and caring. It's not a bad idea.
Yeah, maybe we should rest and just deal with this in the morning. I mean, we can still hear the sick man coughing, so he's still alive.
So do we know why Samoon healed quickly?
No. He healed very quickly.
That he died and then came back to life.
He was unconscious, and then some miracle happened.
Could maybe, hey guys, I have an idea. Maybe if I go and punch the sick guy, and we make him unconscious, and then we heal him again after he goes unconscious, then maybe he'll be better, and we won't need to do this whole mission at all.
That sounds very risky to me. What do you have in mind, Bertie? I will entertain the thought for now.
Trying to figure out why you healed so quickly and everybody else is turning undead and like zombies.
I don't know. I was stabbed twice. Should we
Oh.
stab him too?
Yeah, we could try.
It's not a bad plan.
No, I am joking. I am only kidding you two. Ay.
Okay.
No, I don't know. I don't know
Someone
why I
doesn't
healed
feel
so fast.
comfortable.
I can feel like I don't know. In that moment, I don't know how to quite express it, but there was something about the air that swirled around me. It was like it was calming me, telling me that it will be okay. And then I felt a jolt and I was awakened. I don't know that our friend will have quite the same experience, although I could only hope for such things.
You have a strange relationship with the wind.
Oh yes, I am learning that I am a genasi by race. I don't quite fully know what that means because I don't know my parents, but that is what my Nini at the orphanage told me. And so I have some type of connection to the wind in particular.
Wow.
Like it is closer to me than a friend.
That's amazing. I just get in your face and just start poking you. But you look so human.
I am human. Stop touching me.
You just said you're a genasi.
Well, I am a genasi, but I don't know. I look human, I guess.
The black cat paused at the window, scratching against the pane. You know, it's about probably 33 degrees outside, just above freezing. Meow. Cat meows, scratching at the pane. Scratch, scratch, scratch.
I'm doing my best to pretend that I don't see it.
Do I see the cat?
Everyone sees the cat.
I don't see a cat.
Here, kitty.
Oh.
Goes under the window.
Oh,
You open up the window and feel the frigid blasts of air. The cat rushes inside and scoops up, walking to the room, raises its tail, arches its back, and looks back at you, Tryina. Its eyes flash once and then follows down the hallway.
look, a kitty. You don't belong in here. I'll go catch it. You all stay here. And I run after that cat.
With Tryina showing interesting with Tryina showing interesting interest with Tryina showing interest in this black cat, Bertie and Samoon, you're left in the room. You chase them. You chase the cat down the hall It leads you way past your room, past the sick bay, all the way down the hall to the last corner. Of the deepest, darkest room in the House of Healing, a small lantern glows. Cat disappears into a shadow. Suddenly, the temperature drops. Your feet slip on ice as the floor has frosted over. You know exactly who is present. How do you respond?
I go very stiff. I close my eyes. And then I turn around and I give my best curtsy.
Well, don't you look lovely? A crooked white hand reaches from the shadow, and a woman in a wonderfully furred coat of white steps forward. She looks very elvish in appearance, frosted blue eyes, long blonde hair. You recognize the voice as the Queen of Air and Darkness. So, this is where you entertain me? This hospital, this place of death and sickness, and
My queen, it's actually a place of healing.
why would anybody need healing here? This is a library. This is where we study, is it not? Where you learn all sorts of things.
It is an oddly dangerous place for a library.
Is it contagious?
It might be.
And why are you here? Why are you not gathering information?
I'm actually on a mission right now. My good work and good behavior here has caught the attention of the staff at Balltop, and they have conscripted me to go into a room of forbidden knowledge where even they haven't been. And I'm sure that there's something useful in there. I'm here with my companions planning our, how to get in.
She smiles when you mention secret room and exclusive access, and she puts her hands together. That's my girl, she mutters. As soon as you say the word companions, though, she stops short. And you see a wicked smile crack on her skin. Are they the Sojourners you talked about?
They're other Sojourners. Not the same ones that you sent me to find. Unfortunately, they've stepped, momentarily out of my reach, but I know where they are. And I'll find them again.
But these companions that you associate with now?
One came back from the dead.
And the other? What is so interesting that you should take up your time with these people?
She's... And I'm actually struggling to say this because I'm starting to really like Bertie and Samoon.
Mm-hmm.
And so I don't want them to catch her attention anymore. I'm like, she's a very powerful hero. Saved many, many people. And so I'm learning from her about her power and the deeds that she's done. Like, I didn't necessarily want to choose them. It's just, in order to get the mission done, this is who I have to work with. But she is a very powerful hero.
She stops you short, interrupts you, her mouth dropping open a little too large. Icy breath blasts your hair back. Suddenly, the smell of running water and flowers replaced with nothing except her presence. She says, "You are talking too much.
I'm sorry.
This powerful folk hero, is she an arcanist? Where does she gain her powers?"
I've only just met her, so I don't know.
I want to meet her. Roll your favored charisma check. You may use persuasion, deception.
I'm gonna use persuasion.
Okay.
But unfortunately, it's only 11. I rolled a 4 and I have a +7.
Yeah. She's not too happy with you at this moment. You can tell you are not on her good side. She snaps her fingers and says, I want to meet this famous folk hero, this arcanist that you are learning from.
I don't know that she's an arcanist, my lady. And right now, Tryina just books it down the hallway.
You hear Tryina running to you, Samoon. Bertie, you hear her just stomping. Tap, 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 tap. The foot pace increases. Tryina, you slide into the doorway.
I'm gonna kind of stand there. I'm gonna look at both of them, just be like, run out the window, go now.
Yeah, you've got 6 seconds. Bertie and Samoon, how do you respond? Bertie.
I guess I gotta run. And she's trying to stomp and climb out the window.
Okay. Samoon?
Yikes. I'm gonna do the follow Bertie.
Okay. Tryina?
I'm going to hope they're following my instructions, and then I'm going to turn around to be like, right this way, my lady, as if I'm really bringing them to my companions.
Eldon walks around the corner of the room.
I forgot about Eldon.
She winks and snaps her fingers, and he goes frozen solid, completely covered in ice. A horrid expression left on his face. She continues to saunter, stately, queenly, down the hallway. She turns to stoop into this low entryway, looks into the room, sees the window, the flame is out. And she looks back at you, Tryina. And so for now, our story concludes.
Every story comes to an ending, so for now we must conclude. Thank you for listening, Sojourners. Your attention will not go unrewarded, and we look forward to continuing this adventure. If you enjoyed this background music and ambiance, you should check out Tabletop Audio. You can find them at www.tabletopaudio.com. And take the time to subscribe to our podcast on your favorite podcasting platform. That way, you get notifications as soon as a new episode is released. If you want, you can find us being inspirational at Facebook and Instagram at Sojourners Awake. And as always, Sojourner, may your story continue.